Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is part 12 of this newest unboxing. And it's the finale, grand finale, the end. And stay tuned for the next series, but this is the last of this series. And we got a few slabs to go through, not too many, just a few. And I will show you the stuff. There's some pretty cool books in here. There's one or two that I really was super excited to get. And we'll start out with whatever this first one is. I have no idea what most of these are, so we'll find out as we do it. Hopefully they're all good, but I know there's a couple that are really awesome. Oh, okay, I forgot, yeah, I ordered a bunch of, so I know what some of these are now based on just this one. Okay, so this first one is Crime Suspense Stories, number 11. And this is actually, I decided, hey, I'm going to make a commitment to try to get at least one title of EC Comics, like try to get the complete run of a particular title. And I noticed that I had a lot of crime suspense stories in my collection. Like one of the more famous or infamous covers is Crime Suspense Stories number 22. And one of the ones that was mentioned in Seduction of the Innocent is number 20, which is the hanging cover. And the infamous one, number 22, is the one where it's the decapitated head and the guy with the axe one. So I thought, hey, this seems to be a title that I can really commit to, and I just wanted to get a complete run. So I've been trying to pick up all the other issues. So this is Crime Suspense Stories number 11, and this features Johnny Craig cover. It's just a great one. You got this probably serial killer, and he's like bringing in a new victim. He's going to put in his little meat locker. So just a really cool one. All these victims hanging from the ceiling, I guess. So just a really interesting one. I thought, wow, that's a cool one. Really cool, interesting title. So that's Crime Suspense Stories number 11 from 1952. And so there might be a few EC Crime Suspense Stories in this section. Okay. Oh, okay. This one is another cool one, but different. All right. So this is, I'm going to take this out of the plastic because the bag's not the prettiest. Okay, this is another really just stunning cover, I thought. Murderous Gangsters. It's in a 2.5, but does it look like a 2.5 to you? I don't even know what's going on. What's wrong with this book? It's got a little bit of maybe some tape or something that was there, but man, it is a stunning front cover. So yes, this is Murderous Gangsters number 1. I showed number 2 in the prior, like, I'm not sure which part it was, but one of the prior videos. I just really like the covers for this run. And this was, I got this off of eBay. This is from Avon 1951. It is a Wally Wood and Shu F. Hing art. And this is a Salfield cover. So yeah, just a really interesting series. Just really great covers. And you can spot any car trouble with this handbook. So that is Murderous Gangsters number 1. I thought it was a great cover. Okay, so that's that one. Okay. Oh, see? Told you there's going to be crime suspense stories, and this next book is another crime suspense stories. So if you like EC, you'll definitely like this unboxing. Okay, so this is Crime Suspense Stories number 7 from EC Comics. This is kind of reminds me of almost like a prequel to the one where the guy's holding the girl's head, and like, because it's like somebody coming with the axe, and there's a news report that there's a axe, serial killer about. What does it say exactly? Axe killer that has been terrorizing the community has claimed another victim. Citizens are warned to keep their doors and windows. And yeah, so just the axe-wielding maniac is about to get another victim. So this is Crime Suspense Stories number 7 from EC Comics, and it's a Johnny Craig cover, I believe. Yeah, Johnny Craig. This one actually has a really interesting thing right up here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this right here is an early code cover. So this is like not the Comic Code Authority, but it is like an earlier version of the Comic Code, of a Comic Code actually, that didn't go anywhere. They, just publishers didn't really respect it. They didn't really tone down their stuff anyways, even though they had that symbol. But it was a early code. So yeah, so nice EC Comics from 1951. Okay. All right, the next one is a Silver Age cool book. So earlier in early parts of this series, I was showing a bunch of Gentleman Ghost comics. And I showed modern ones. I showed a Golden Age first appearance of the Gentleman Ghost. And this next book is another key for Gentleman Ghost. This is the Gentleman Ghost's first Silver Age appearance. So this is the Atom and Hawkman, and that's the Gentleman Ghost up there. And it's first Silver Age appearance of the Gentleman Ghost, a letter from Klaus Janson. This is from 1969, so the very end of the Silver Age. And the cover is by Joe Kubert. Just a really great cover, actually. So the Atom and Hawkman, number 43 from 1969. It's really nice. It presents really, really well, too. Got the soldiers on the back, $1.98. It's just a really cool cover. Okay. That one is quite awesome. All right. Let's see what this next one is. You should see the stack next to me. It's so much funny. That's like here. I want to show you guys something funny. So I've been all the bubble wrap. It's just like getting gradually higher and higher. It's quite funny. So I'm just laughing at that next to me here. This one is so thick. This is a really intensely thick book. It almost looked like 2 slabs, but it's just one. And this is a really cool Golden Age book. Actually, it was on one of my hot lists. And when I saw this book, I was like, I really want to get it before I do my hot list, because I know that somebody will snag it before I will if I don't grab it. So I sort of gave myself a little bit of FOMO because of my own hottest Golden Age comics lists. And it's this book right here. It's a 6.5 restored. I know that it's restored. But it's a slight B1, which B1 means that it's very minor amount of restoration with moderately skilled restorer. So usually it's, something that can actually be reversed. And the restoration includes a small amount of color touch on the cover. I forgot where it was. I remember it just being literally like a little spot, like a very small amount of color touch. First, Captain America and Golden Girl team up. And this is a kind of a classic cover because it's like the forced wedding one. Because there's a U.S. law that a wife cannot be forced to testify against her husband. So basically, this mobster is marrying the girl who's the eyewitness in his crime. So kind of a funny one. And then you got the Human Torch and the police all trying to get there before she says, "I do." And she's like, and then maybe I do. I don't know. So we'll have to find out by reading the issue. And then you got Butterfinger on the back. So just a really classic cover. I forgot who did it. Somebody told me. But it kind of has like a very Ken Bald look to it. But it's a different artist actually. But yeah, just a really cool one. Classic cover. The wedding cover. Okay, next. Oh, okay. Another nice Golden Age one. Okay. So this one I got really cheap. Nobody bid on it, so I got it for it was just a cool Harley Quinn. This is Harley Quinn right here. Cool Harley Quinn cover. This is Flash All-American Comics 95. And it's Harley Quinn cover and story. And the reason it's a 0.5 are the two center wraps are missing. So I didn't pay much for this. I basically got it for the cost of the slab. Which, for a cool Golden Age book, I thought, hey, why not? So this is got Carmen Infantino cover. This is the Carmen Infantino cover. And I just like this. I like when they do this sort of, the heroes are all gigantic, and then you see all the little villains at the bottom. I think that's really interesting. So not a super high grade or super valuable book, but just kind of a cool one. And for the cost of the slab, why not, right? Would you buy a Golden Age semi-key for like 50 to 60 bucks? Just, yeah, seems like a good deal to me. Yeah, so I thought this was a really cool book. So All-American Comics 95. So I just liked the cover. I thought it was a steal as well. So and nobody bid against me, so I got it for a great price. Okay, so last two books. This next one is one that was on my top 10 list of Golden Age comics that I'd like to get for this year. And this one's hard to find. This is a really hard book to find. It is also another incomplete book. This is Pep Comics. Excuse me, I'm really dusty. 62. And this is the first appearance of Little Jinx. And just kind of a fun cover too. And it's Al Fagley cover. But it doesn't actually denote that it is the first appearance of Little Jinx, but I've looked it up. And this is actually indeed the first appearance of Little Jinx, who I actually showed her first issue of her own run in the earlier part of this unboxing. So yeah, this is Pep Comics number 1, Pep Comics number 62 from 1947. So early Archie. And the early Archies were kind of funny because if you look at him, he's just so goofy-like. You know, he's so goofy with his big buck teeth, and just he looks very different than the more modern versions of Archie. Just such a goofball. Yeah, and got Babe Ruth on the back. Baby Ruth. So yeah, just a cool book. Again, one of on my top 10 list of books that I wanted to get this year. I think in this unboxing, I think 4 of my top 10 books were on the list. And we got one more to show. Or actually 2 more books to show. So that's cool. 2 more books to show. And we'll start with this one. I thought somebody was coming in. Crime Does Not Pay. And And this is a classic cover by Charles Biro. Crimes Does Not Pay, number 43. And it's a really cool one because you got this guy that is basically looks like he's dead. I mean, I think he's dead. He's got a knife sticking in his chest. Usually that's a bad sign. But then there's a note on the chest and he's in bondage. He's been obviously beaten. It's just a very violent cover. And the note says, "I'm a dirty rat and I got what was coming to me." So just a really violent cover and a classic one for that. So Crime Does Not Pay, a lot of the issues are very affordable, but there's a few key issues that are just these extreme violent covers that can go for quite a bit of money. And this is one of them. This is one of the more desirable Crime Does Not Pay covers. So Crime Does Not Pay, number 43. 3-0. It's not a bad cover. Great as well. So yeah. Does it say? Yeah. Oh, nothing else. Okay. Now this last book is one that I've been trying to get for a while, and I was super excited to win this or get the guy to agree on my price. So this is Manhunt, number 11, and it's just a great cover. You got this woman in bondage at the bottom here, and you got this little dwarf dude. And he's like he's like literally injecting her neck with some kind of poison or something or other. And you got the hero guy running in to try to save the day. Just a really cool, really over the top cover. And I've seen this one offered many times. Not many times, only a few times. But many times within a short period. Like there was like 3 copies that I had opportunities to buy. One was on My Comic Shop, and it was all ripped here. Like it was all gone here. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to get the cover to look really presentable. Like, I mean, this one presents really well. The only issue is the spine. You can see it's not the greatest. And what does it say? Large piece missing from the first page. Effects story incomplete. Cover detached and spine completely split. So, but the funny thing is, in the slap, looks great. So that's mainly the reason I picked it up. This book in any grade is a really, really pricey book. Such a hard book to find. I was super excited to get it. The guy, he wanted like, I think it was like 1,100 or something crazy for it, even though it's a 0.5. And I talked him down because I said, hey, look, here's the sales history. And I got him to agree to a reasonable price for this book. So, yeah, I was quite excited. This is a really nice looking copy, actually. So Manhunt, number 11. And that's it. That was the last book. I was pretty excited to get that one. I bought a ton of stuff from the guy in the end. So I think he's done okay for me. So yeah, so that's the finale for this series. Stay tuned for the next series. I hope you enjoy this stuff. Please comment below what you thought and which book did you like the most. And if you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Okay, thanks again. Bye for now.